Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to Kenny's Movie Palace for a Whatnot Extravaganza pickup. These are all from different sellers. I wanted to keep them all instead of making separate videos, so you can, just sit back, have a Pepsi or a glass of water, especially how hot it's been around here. So just sit back and I will tell you the sellers. The one seller I know for a fact, these are all Mr. Alf and Mrs. Alf. They do a great job. They're usually on Friday nights. And strap in because you're going to have a good time with Mr. and Mrs. Alf. And Mrs. Alf, thank you for the cookies. So, yeah, these are all from Mr. Alf, and these were very inexpensive. He runs a great room. Me and two other guys are... Well, I'm sometimes the moderator in there, but Zombie and Steel Pirate are the other two moderators, and we just try to help Mr. Alf try to get everything, all ready for the room so he doesn't get confused, because that room can get confusing sometimes. So, okay, this is enough about that. To those guys, thank you for your friendship. And here's what I got from Mr. and Mrs. Alf. The first one is, this is 40 with Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann. I remember seeing this and not liking it the first time I watched it, and I still didn't like it. So I'm going to give this to one of my friends to see if they like it. I like both actors, but I thought it was very crude. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I was not a big fan of Knocked Up because I do not like the actors in that movie. But yeah, this one was a miss for me, although I loved both actors. Next one is an upgrade. I had this on DVD and I wanted to pick this up, and it's Mary Poppins on Blu-ray. I haven't watched it yet, so I've seen it many times, but I wanted to get the upgrade on it. Next one is a new movie that just came out, Civil War. This was really good. Sean from Movie Assault had recommended this, and I decided to pick it up on his recommendation. So I'll leave you the link below to Sean's site, my tag team partner on our Talking Movies with Kenny and Sean and Kenny. So yeah, Civil War. This one I just heard. I'm a big fan of Henry Cavill, and I decided to pick this one up. And this is the Ministry. The title's terrible, but I haven't seen the movie yet, and I'm really looking forward to watching this. So I am waiting to check it out. And the last one I got from Mr. Alf, again, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Alf, I really appreciate it, is Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I really, really like this, and I wanted to get a physical copy of it. My friend John gave me a digital copy of it, but I wanted a physical copy of it. So this was really good. I wasn't too much. I liked Afterlife, but I wasn't really too much of a fan of Afterlife, so I went in with an open mind with this one. I really enjoyed this one. All right, and that is all from Mr. and Mrs. Alf. Again, thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Alf. These are other different Whatnot sellers. I don't know their names. So the first one up is Starman, the classic, for Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen. This one I was really excited to get. I had rented this for a long time. Red Sonja with Arnold and Brigitte Nielsen. So it's not a great movie, but I really enjoyed watching it again. This one I remember seeing in the movies, but I hadn't seen it since I seen it in the movies. And this was Soldier with Kurt Russell. If you guys can get this, I just found out that this was available on Blu-ray. I didn't know that. But I got the DVD copy, and I only paid $1 for it. So I really recommend this. And this is a, a Paul Anderson movie. So I didn't know that until I seen it. So check it out. Soldier with Kurt Russell. Next one I got because I kind of like the first one, and there's like so many like big stars in this, like from the '80s. Michael Pere's in it, Michael Madsen, Michelle Rodriguez. Well, she's not from the '80s, but Blood Rain. But I like the girl who plays Blood Rain. I don't know her name, but this was okay. This was like really cheesy fun. A lot of people hate these movies, but I really enjoy them. So next box, this literally just came in the mail. So this guy, he had a '80s night where he played like all different kinds of '80s music and stuff like that, and all of his movies were like different prices, but then when he wasn't selling a lot of them, he went down in prices. So because he was like really high end, I had just went in there just to watch, and his prices were like really super high. So he came down on some of the prices, and this is one I was really excited about. Mannequin 1 and 2 on DVD, and it was factory sealed. Next one up is a movie I rented a lot in the 80s, and I wanted to see it again. Thief with James Caan. This is probably, well, next to Godfather, I think this is his best acting role. Thief. I really enjoyed this movie. Next one is a really underrated Michael Keaton movie, and that is The Dream Team, where they all are in a insane asylum. So I really wanted to check this out. And the good thing about this seller was that like all the movies were complete. It even had the cards, like the liner in it, and so whoever he bought it from, they kept it very immaculate. Next one up I did not have, and I love Elizabeth Shue, and I did not have this. Cocktail with Tom Cruise. I don't really care about Tom Cruise, but Elizabeth Shue's in it, so I got it basically for Elizabeth Shue. This one was I had 2 of the 3 movies, but the other one, I got this for $2. And when I went online to look at the other one, like the other movie was like about $10 to $15 to get it, even on DVD. So I thought this was a cool set. And this has Spaceballs, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but the one I really wanted was The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. So I couldn't believe because me and Movie Assault Sean were just talking about Buckaroo Banzai, that you never see it like anywhere, and when it came up on this, I was just like all over that. And I like the fact that they all come in individual movies. I have Killer Clowns from Outer Space on a DVD. The Midnight Movies you've probably seen in my other videos if you've watched. It came in a 2-pack with Alien in LA. So, and then last one that I got from this seller, and this one I couldn't swipe it fast enough when this came up, because this is another one that was one of my favorites in the 80s, but it's hard to get on DVD. 9.5 Weeks with Kim Basinger and Mickey Rourke. This movie was absolutely fantastic. Just every time I see this, all I can think of is the Joe Cocker song in the refrigerator scene. You can leave your hat on, like that. That's all I remember from this movie, because I remember it was on, I think it was on HBO, and it was the rated R version, and this is the uncut, unrated version. So I am really excited to check this out. So I remember when this came on, and all of my friends from high school was talking about it the next day. So it was like can't wait to watch this again. So, all right, I got more. Like I said, this is a extra special one. All right, this is from another seller, and this is Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell. I'm only missing one Tremors movie, so I think I'm missing the fourth one, I think. Next one up is another one of my favorites that you don't find too much anymore, The Witches of Eastwick. So I was really happy to check that one out again. Another one, I love my Westerns, and I could not, turn the Henry Fonda double feature, Fire Creek and the Cheyenne Social Club. I vaguely remember these. I was a little kid when I watched these. Can't wait to check that one out again. And this was a blind buy. I didn't know nothing about this, and this is The Sentinel. But and these were all $1, so can't wait to check that one out. I've never seen it. I think I got this confused with The Entity. Remember The Entity? I think The Entity had Barbara Hershey on it, and that was on. I think that was on our local in the Philadelphia area. We had like an HBO called Prism, and that was famous for the nude scene in the bed. And when you're 12, you want to see boobs. Well, when you're older, you want to see boobs too. But actually, when you're younger, you want. Enough about that. Next one, I know nothing about this, but this was a mini-series that was on, I believe it was on the History Channel, and it's called Texas Rising. And this cast, just alone, just sold me on it. Bill Paxton, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I'm a big fan of, and it also has Ray Liotta. So I decided to pick that up. I think it was like 3. It was on like 3 episodes, so it's all in one shot. This one I was glad to pick up, and I couldn't swipe fast enough for this because I have Executive Decision, but it had Unlawful Entry in this, and this is a Kurt Russell collection. So I was primed for this one. Could not wait to see this. So I haven't seen Unlawful Entry since I seen it in the movies. Next one up, this one I couldn't believe was $1, and it's the Santa's Christmas collection. It has the Grinch. It has Frosty the Snowman, Frosty Returns, Rudolph Shiny New Year, and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And they're all different discs too. And to get this set for $1, okay. So some of these sellers, I think they just want to get rid of them. So they just I don't think they know what they have at the time. But I went on the eBay, and I think the eBay said that was like $18 or something like that, even used. This was another one I was happy that he sold for $1. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. I remember renting this, and just the first 5 minutes of it had me on the floor laughing. So I cannot wait to watch this again. This is one I remember. My mom went to see this at a dinner theater, and she said it was really good. And I remember watching the movie with her. And this was How to Succeed in Business Without Trying, because the dinner theater that she went to, Robert Morse, who won an Academy Award for this role, actually did the stage show too. And she said he was such a nice man because he talked to the audience after the performance. Next one up is Louis L'Amour 3-pack, and it has what is it? The Sakics, Conacher, and Cato. Cato has Yul Brynner, Sam Elliott, and of course Tom Selleck, my lookalike. So looking forward to, and they're all on individual discs too. Sakics was a a miniseries, and that has 2 discs. So anytime I pick, I like my westerns, so I just picked that up. This one I watched on, I think it was on Max, streaming on Max a couple years ago. The Imitation Game. This movie, if you guys haven't seen this, I highly recommend this one. Really good one. And Benedict Cumberbatch is very good in this. Really recommend this movie. Next one, I know nothing about this, but for $1 nobody was buying it, and I just picked it up. It's Cosmos. It's not the Carl Sagan one. I think this is the one that the guy that was on Big Bang, the doctor that was on Big Bang. He has like 3 names, but he was on Big Bang in Theory, and I think this is the Fox series, and this was complete. Yeah, here it is. It's complete, not even opened. So I'll eventually get to that sometime. I'm in a science mood. All right. Next one up is one that we rented like a bunch, and I remember when this was on the HBO all the time, and that's Popeye with Robin Williams, and we just lost Shelley Duvall. So looking forward to revisiting that one again. Next one up, I didn't see this, and these were both westerns. Richard Harris. I just watched A Man Named Horse and The Return of a Man Named Horse. So I've never seen these before, but for $1, I figured I'd check it out. Another one I hadn't seen before, One-Eyed Jacks with Marlon Brando. Another one I didn't hear of, and this was just on the Kino sale, and which I stayed away from. You won't see. This is my last haul for a while now, because I just want to watch a lot of movies. This was on the Kino sale, and I thought about getting this, but I had picked that up before, and that's Valdez is Coming with Burt Lancaster. So I'd never seen this before, and I just figured I'd pick it up. It's a Western. Another one that I remember seeing this in the movies, and I had it on DVD, and I didn't have it on DVD. I had it on VHS, but I didn't have it on DVD, so I rectified that. Last of the Mohicans with Daniel Day-Lewis. I really enjoyed this movie, and this is the special director's cut. I don't know what the hell that means, but I figured I'd pick that up. Next one up is, I like my stupid B movies, and this sounded just like a stupid B movie. It's the disc ain't loose. It came off of the swing tray kind of thing, and this is it's a spider. It's a spider movie. Tom Atkins and Pat Hengel. Next one up. Oh, this is the other one. Tremors Bloodlines. Tremors 5. It's funny, I didn't have any of the Tremors movies until I went on Whatnot. Alright, and for this box, last ones. This is another one I had on DVD. Not DVD. VHS, Ken. And I just picked that up again because I wanted to watch it again. The dinner scene in this is hysterical with Steve Martin. Where there he is. That's the scene. The dinner scene is just fantastic in this. This is another one I never seen, and I wanted to check it out. My Name is Nobody has Henry Fonda in it. Another cowboy movie. This movie I seen in the movies. This is when he was really hot, and I hadn't seen this one for a long time, and when I couldn't snap this one up fast enough. Thunderheart. With these DVD releases, I wish they would show the original picture that they came out in the movies with, because the original one had Thunderheart, and it was him and Graham Greene just sitting, sitting in a huddle, and then it had the sky behind it, the original art for it. These are just like so, they're not good. This this was like so fun. He threw this one in because he had a whole bunch of them laying there, and you could, after you bought so many, he just like added one in to your pile. And I picked this one out. This sounds like a hoot. Alien Lockdown. Can you imagine somebody paid $12.99 for this? This sounds so bad. When I might do a review of this just for shits and giggles. This looked absolutely terrible. So this might be one of like the Mystery Science Theater ones. So, all right, let me clear all these out. And I got one last box. I could have done it in 2 separate videos, but I decided they were all sitting here together. And what I do is when I pick my movies and stuff, I just put my hand in it and then just pick whatever, and whatever comes up, I watch. So there's no mystery to it. All right. There's not that much in this one. All right, next one up. I didn't realize that I had got on the 3-pack, I had got this one. So this one is a double Cat Low. Next one up is I think I got this before and it was scratched, so he sent me another one of it, and it was the Van Damme collection. It has Time Cop and Bloodsport. I didn't have Time Cop, so I just rewatched that again. So, and another one. I love my disaster movies. So this is the 4 disaster movies. I had picked up a disaster one the last time, and thank God this one was different from the last one. So picked that one up, and this is another one I never heard of before, but it has Guy Pearce, Piper Perabo, and William Fichtner in it, and it's First Snow. And then Wild Things 2. I didn't even know they had a Wild Things 2. I knew they had Wild Things because I own that one. So I just, I guess there was so many unanswered questions after the first one that you had to make a sequel to that. So, all right. And the last of this box. This seller. Oh, Brian Sells It All. This is where I got this stack from. He was very nice enough. Him and his wife April have a great show. I highly recommend their show. Brian Sells It All, and we got to talking like in the chat and stuff because this movie had gone on DVD, and he said, "I think I have another one, but on Blu-ray." And he goes, "It'll be $2." And I'm like, okay, if you can find it, that's great. So he remembered, and I couldn't believe he remembered. So I was so excited because I rented the hell out of this. I had such a crush on Kathleen Turner, and this is Body Heat. I can't wait to watch this, and it was factory sealed too. Not that I care if they're used or anything like that, but I couldn't. Thanks, Brian and April. I couldn't believe he remembered this. Thank you so much. Next one I got from him was a classic, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Another one I used to rent a lot. A lot of these like have a common. I used to rent like a lot of these because we didn't have like something to tape it with. So for 99 cents you go down the street and just rent it again. So this was another one I really liked. Falcon and the Snowman with Tim Hutton and Sean Penn. This one we watched on TV once, and the only reason why I watched it because Fonzie was in it, And then years later, this guy named Sylvester Stallone came out with Rocky. So I never heard of this one before, and it was funny when they were doing the introductions on TV, and it says TV's Fonzie and Rocky, starring the Lords of Flatbush. So I miss those like old days where they used to take like whoever was popular. Like I remember one time when Popeye came on, they said ABC's Mork from Mork in Popeye. So it just makes me laugh. Another one that I went to see in the movies, Stigmata. I haven't seen since the movies, so I'm interested to check this one out again. Always like Patricia Arquette. All right, another one that I was really super excited to get, and as soon as he put this up, I couldn't say take fast enough, and this is Space Camp and War Games. I love Leah Thompson, and she was so good in that movie. But War Games, I remember when that came on HBO, and those early days of HBO were great because they would just like play these like sometimes 3 times a day, and especially when you're a kid, you repeat movies. And I remember renting this all the time. Because I remember they had a poster at our video store and it said, Leah Thompson from Back to the Future stars in Space Camp. So, I like those early tie-ins, so it makes me kind of laugh. Love my Asylum movies, and this is one that I hadn't seen, so this has got to be dynamite. San Andreas Quake, and it's from the great people of the Asylum. Love the Asylum. All right, next one up. I remember renting this because I think it's like the horny teen factor in all these. I loved Liv Tyler, and this is Empire Records. I never owned this. I had this on VHS, but I didn't own this on DVD. And I really enjoyed watching Liv Tyler. Next one up, this was factory sealed again. And The Shootist, El Dorado, Sons of Katie Elder, and The Searchers. John Wayne classics. So, I think, I know he won for Rooster Cogburn, but I think The Shootist was his last movie. I'm almost positive. Because he passed away a little bit after The Shootist. I'm not a John Wayne historian, but I kind of think that. This is another one I couldn't put the take on Brian and April's channel fast enough when I seen this, and this is 2 great movies. Great for me. About Last Night and St. Elmo's Fire. The better of the 2 is About Last Night. Jim Belushi in this movie is absolutely hysterical. Drop dead. He's trying to hit on Elizabeth Perkins here, and he goes, "Hey, what's her name?" And I think Claire or something like that. And Joan. Her name is Joan in the movie, and he goes, "Hey, Joan," like in a really condescending way. He goes, "You know much about the fight game?" And she goes, "No." And he goes, "Well, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world." She goes, "Well, champ, scram." And the comic relief between these two, they're best friends. Jim Belushi and Rob Lowe are best friends, and Demi and Elizabeth Perkins were best friends in the movie. But that one is the better of the St. Elmo's Fire. The St. Elmo's Fire, I remember when it came out in '85, it was just loved among people, of my age, the Gen Xers. But when you watch it, there are really just a lot of despicable people, especially Bender in there. What a hateful dude he is. But, try to give it a watch again, and it's like you come out with a bad taste in your mouth after watching it. But I highly recommend About Last Night, though. All right, final 2. Never seen this before. I heard of it, but I never seen it before. And this is Extraordinary Measures with Brendan Fraser and Harrison Ford. And the last one I picked up is another movie that I had rented a lot because I like Andy McDowell, and that is Just a Ticket with Andy McDowell and Andy Garcia. Now, if you were to offer me $1 million and say, Kenny, tell me the plot of this movie, I would say I have no idea because I haven't seen this since the 90s when it first came out on video. So this is another one I just wanted to rewatch again to see if I could remember it. So that's it, guys. That's my last Whatnot orders, I should say. I think there was 4 different orders from Whatnot people. So yeah, that's it. I have a lot of movie watching to do. I have a movie playing in the background now as we go. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not a member, I'm over 200 subscribers, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to be doing a lot more movie reviews instead of movie hauls next time. So and this news, every other Tuesday, me and my buddy Movie Assault, Sean from Movie Assault, do a podcast. It's called Talking Movies with Sean and Kenny. And we tackle like some of the the last 2 ones that we did. This is coming up next Tuesday if you're around, 7 to 9 Eastern. We're going to be tackling another topic that we haven't decided yet. But the last one that we did, and I thought it was a really good show, was what happened to the summer blockbusters. You don't have the summer blockbusters anymore like you did in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. So we talked about that for a while. But yeah, just to plug that show. So give it a watch. I think you'll enjoy it. So you can clean your room and just listen to 2 guys in their 50s talk movies. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, give it a like. It helps. And I thank you for your time today. And what was your favorite pickup that I made? Was it Extraordinary Measures? Was it About Last Night? I highly recommend that. So yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate everybody for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Stay cool and drink a lot of water. Bye-bye.